Hello everyone and welcome back. Saturday morning right now, a little after 8 o'clock. Just filling up the water troughs. They're getting down there. It's supposed to be in the mid 80s again today. I think the Canada smoke is supposed to kind of subside today, which will be nice. It's been horrible the last few days. Otherwise, it's a nice day. It's 7 o'clock in the evening. Melissa and I just finished milking the cow and getting all the chores done. It's hot out, so we didn't do a long buggy ride earlier today. We walked around in the front yard and over by the grapevines and everything, but we just got done and gave them fresh water and fresh food. They were just climbing all over her. It's funny because we've been here, 7 years, and had chickens the whole time, at least for 6 years. And anyway, they're digging all these holes right here. This grass used to come all the way up, and this year they dig in there and they get bugs, and that hole right over there. Yesterday we were driving by, we stopped with the buggy to do the mom chicken and the babies, and there's a metal stake in there, and it was a metal tent stake. It's like, how long ago did that tent stake go in there? It was down like 3 inches. It was at the bottom and going straight into the ground, not laying flat. Good morning, everybody. Warm day. I think it's like 73 right now, but it only got down to 69 last night. Rare. We only get a few of them rare summer days here in Minnesota. There was a little bit of rain earlier. Sounds like there might be some storms later. Up north, there was some big storms that took some trees down. But those storms missed us. Today is Sunday, so usually if it doesn't rain here, right now the grass is still wet in some places, but I want to get on the mower and do some mowing. Melissa's going to make homemade sloppy joes for lunch. And she said she was just going to go in there and get started on that. I never did make it out on the yard today mowing. Both Melissa and I just felt tired, kind of under the weather today. It's just weird. It's hot though. It got to almost 90 and it's real humid. So it was fine. Can't go 100 miles an hour every day. Some people in the last video, a couple videos actually, asked why I'm saving all of these bags. And I'm really not. I've been waiting for a day to burn them because we don't have recycling service here at all. And I'm not going to fill up, 3-4 garbage cans full of bags. So I'm just waiting to burn. I did get a hold of the feed company last time I was in there and said, hey, do you want these back? I mean, I just open them, use them in like one day, and they get stacked, but they can't because of cross-contamination. So, yeah, I'll have to burn them. They said some storms are coming, I don't know. So I'm going to get her milked out. Mr. Bullcalf. Nice. Alright, guys, so let's get you locked up. I mean, why don't you just have a waiver pack?
Right.
Unless you're not going to run again, which is... I mean, he's got, I don't know. I turned on the beaver ice maker yesterday again because yesterday we saved milk, and then as soon as when we had to go do the pigs and stuff, I put the half-gallon jar in here to really get down cold faster. So it works out good. So I'm just going to leave this go for a while. Tonight we don't save any milk. Tomorrow again we will. Now we do have to get in there and pick those zucchinis. Maybe I should do that yet tonight.
I mean, I think if we had a top on it, that stuff in there would thrive.
Right.
You know.
Yep, the curly dock is at the end now. It's all brown. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, the flowers are just starting to open, so we definitely...
Well, I got almost everything mowed. Well, I got to mow all the stuff that I normally mow. There's just a little bit by the workshop building to finish. But we did our buggy ride after we did all the chores and came out here and checked these, and they're definitely ready to be picked. So I'm getting them now because I don't want them. One of them we picked off was too far done, and I don't want the birds to get them. It's a little bit after 8 o'clock right now. Not bad for the first year harvesting. Last year, what did we get? 2, I think? Or maybe that was the year before and we got none. Last year, I can't remember, but not bad. Almost a full Cool Whip container, or that size container. Well, it's the afternoon or the evening of the next day. Right now it's about 7:15. I was gone all morning. And then when I got back, I got on the mower and finished doing all of the mowing. I hadn't done around the guest house and over that mound system, and took out the trimmer and did some trimming. And then we just got done doing all the chores. I think what I'm going to do now, because it's not windy, it's really hazy. I don't know if you guys can see it, but that Canada smoke is back. It's just ridiculous. My lungs hurt. It's just been so many days. And we'll take a look at the garden, because that thing is really doing good. Had to bring Melissa's truck in. I was using it. Did I say that in this video? I don't know. It's been almost a week ago. I was using it one morning and I went down the dirt road here, and when I got out to the tar, just before it went into limp mode, and I ended up idling all the way back home. It's only like 1.5 miles down the dirt road, and it seemed like forever. So there's a mechanic that's just a few miles away from here, so I set up an appointment for tomorrow. And then when Melissa was coming home from work, I got in her truck and then left and made it about halfway down the dirt road. Didn't make it all the way to the tar, and it went back into limp mode. So anyway, I think I talked about this already in this video. But anyway, they're going to get it in tomorrow and take a look at it and see what it is. All of the grass right here was as tall as the stuff you see here and over there. I left a few spots that have some of that purple or red clover that Melissa uses for a tincture, and I found a few spots of it in this mess, so I left that for her. And when she came home and seen that I mowed, she goes, "Did you mow over all my clover?" So I'm glad I saved it. But let's jump into the garden here. I think I'll call this video Garden Update. You can see right here these morning glories. I've been coming out and trying to train these to go up instead of out. And some of them, I mean, it's taller than me. They're getting way up there. So that's pretty neat. I don't know when these things start flowering, but I just looked it up to see if they will come up every year, but in this climate, this growing zone, they don't. They won't survive the winter, but they could reseed themselves. Look at this one here going all the way over across the kale. Hold on. Next year when I plant these, I think I'll end up planting them if they look really pretty, and I think they will be once they flower. Instead of here's where the fence goes and then being like this far away, I'm going to go directly like right against the fence with it. I don't know if that'll help, or maybe plant them on both sides of this fence. Like usual, the zucchini plants are doing real good. In fact, I've got to start picking some of these because otherwise they're just going to stop producing. I don't really know if they stop producing, but they won't produce as much. That's a good size for eating, or even a little smaller. I mean, we eat them every size, but and the good thing is, the ones we don't eat, the pigs will love them, and the chickens do too. Break one of these in half and throw it in with the chickens, they'll go crazy for it. I see there's a bunch that I think is what's it called, blossom rot or whatever it's called, and the main reason that happens is because it wasn't pollinated correctly, and there just isn't as many bees as there used to be. If we look at the cabbage, they're doing really good. I mean, this one already has a head the size of what you would like buy in the store, but it's going to get really big. This is the one that I was weeding and it completely pulled the plant out, and just shoved it back in the ground, and then it looked like it was totally dead, and it came back and it's starting to make a head. All of these are doing good. The green ones, and all the purple or blue, whatever this is, they're doing good. They're a little smaller though. Bigger than a softball, but not as big as those. Up here we have the kale. That always grows good. Like I've said before, we don't really eat it, but the animals like it. So any animal you give it to, they just chomp that down. So it's a nice little treat to have. This is one of the, I don't know if that one is a ground. We have two different kinds. We have ground cherry, and then we have tomatillo. I don't know which is which. I remember a lot of people saying that the other ones were tomatillo, but also ground cherry. Anyway, we bought both kinds this year. The one you were looking at over there is just a reseed from last year, but this is one that we planted. This one here, and this one here also. This one's already, it still gets those little things that look like, I don't know, I call them Chinese lanterns. Green pepper right there. That's another one. I'm just going to call them ground cherries because these grow closer to the ground. Carrots are doing really good. Just have to watch so that they don't go to seed or anything, but it'll be a while before that happens. This stupid pigweed, trying to stay on top of that this year. Melissa just poked her head out, and she just, we took milk from Mesa, and she just pasteurized it, so now I got to put it in the freezer to get it down below 40 degrees. So I'll be right back. We've got these peas down here, and there, all the peas are getting pods. These are the ones that are not fenced. They're even starting to get a little bit big. We're going to be picking peas within a week. I guess we can look at the rest of the peas here. I mean, look at them all. I've got these rows that are all against the fence, and look at all of the pea pods. All of those are doing really good. And here we have all the beans, and there are a lot. I guess I'll bring the camera in and show you. A lot of beans in here. And we're going to be picking them within a week also. I can see some that are already, like this one is definitely ready to pick. So we'll be picking these shortly. I can tell by looking at these, I can tell that they're growing good. They got good beans, but the leaves are a little bit lighter green than I like. Down here, see how these are darker green? If you can see that, I'm not sure if you can see that. Anyway, before next year, I'm gonna have to bring compost in here from our composted manure piles, put that on here and till it in. It shows me that the soil, it does not quite have the nutrients, at least for sure in this area, that it should have. It needs more. And I usually do that every couple of years. The corn is looking pretty good. Remember, the shorter stuff I had to replant. That's like a good 2 weeks behind the taller stuff. Last year at this time, the corn was tasseling, but we had a cold spring. Last year we had a wet spring, but I got the corn in because it was warm enough. But this year we had a cold spring. It was drier, but it was a little bit later. It's not a big deal, but I don't see any tassels starting to poke up yet. Oh, there's the first one. It's coming. See that right there? It's coming, but the tassels were up farther last year. But I mean, the corn, it's doing good. We're going to get plenty of ears of corn if we don't get any storms that knock everything down or hail that wipes it out. And also with this year's corn versus last year's corn, a lot of my stuff last year was 58 to 63 day corn. And this stuff is all, I think 80 days or 83 days was the earliest I could get. I couldn't find any of the earlier stuff, so this would naturally be a little bit far behind with that too. If we look in here, the sunflowers, they're taller than me, a bunch of them. No flowers yet, but these were the mammoth ones, so they can grow something like 10 or 12 feet tall. But they're doing good too. I'm glad they're up against the fence because they have a tendency to blow down in high winds, and the fence would really help that, because usually if we get high winds, it's from the north and northwest, which is coming this way. So they would just go up against there and wouldn't snap off. I guess that's almost everything in this front part of the garden except for those darker green plants right there. Those are my Brussels sprouts, and we'll see how they do. You don't pick them until after it freezes, and even after it snows the first time. Well, back here in the experimental part of the garden, it's really a mixed bag. Some of it is doing good, and then some of the same kind of plants are doing absolutely horrible. So it's really been like a learning experience this year, but at least I don't have to fight the weeds as much as I did last year. I mean, look at these tomatoes. These are doing really good. Tomatoes are coming. They're healthy. Everything's doing great. And then look at this one. Some of them look like if we had farms around us, which we don't, that have crops, and like they had a crop overspray. Look at how the edges like that are like burnt or something. And we haven't had any freezing temperatures. And like this one. What's up with that? The whole rest of the plant is doing good. Oh, look at those ones there, have a lot of them. Those were they're not sweet 100s, they're like million something or whatever. Same kind of tomato. 30 inches over. Why? But I mean, you can see tomatoes on them. These were Roma tomatoes. They've done nothing. They grow a little bit and then they burn off. I don't get it. So anyway, these are peppers. Some are doing really good. Others are not. And we also had trouble, remember, one of those, the plant stuff that we got from one of the greenhouses was not, we had all the Romas I got from the same greenhouse, and I don't think I have one Roma plant that did good. We got some dill that is flowering. All of these peppers look pretty good. I mean, these are okay, but it's losing some leaves. We'll see. These are the cauliflower, yeah, broccoli. And we are getting some broccoli heads on them now. But if these would have been out in the front part of the garden, we would already be harvesting those heads, because broccoli and cauliflower don't like hot, they like cold. And when the sun beats on this black stuff, you know it's heating it up. And like, look at this one, nothing. And then this one, all these are broccoli. Still no eggplants yet. I don't think that eggplants like hot very much either. The plants look good, but I'm not getting any fruit yet. These are the cauliflower. I don't see any cauliflower heads starting yet over here. Nothing over here either. And like I said, if these would have been in the front part, yeah, they would have been harvesting right now. These things finally started going. The thing is, like that's a watermelon. Cantaloupe maybe. Honeydew, it's hard to say. I've got some that are, I think this over here is cucumber maybe? It's doing really good. The thing I wonder with these is, you know how if you've grown these, they grow for a ways, and then they will, like where the leaf comes out of the main stem going along, it'll put a root down. They have no way to do this here because it's on that black stuff. So we'll see. But I mean, I see I got something started right there. This has been fun just watching it because these did nothing at first, and now they're finally starting to do something. Over here we have all the potatoes, which are, they're growing really good. I mean, sometimes it worries me when they get so much top, but I've had that happen before and I still get a ton of potatoes. And it's weird, as you see on this end, they're tall. And see how as you go down, they get shorter. And I'm sure I had that same thing that happened at the hobby farmhouse, and that was because some pine trees would block that sun in the morning so it wouldn't get as much. And I'm sure the same thing is happening here. Because that way right there is east, so the sun comes up over there. Garden is right here, and as that now the sun is still pretty much in the center of the sky. I mean, it's moved over about a month, but and it does block some of the sun. Not enough to hurt anything. If your garden, if they say something has to have full sun, it means it needs to have at least 6 hours of sun, and this gets much more than 6 hours of sun. And as I look at the leaves, something's been chewing a little bit on them, but nothing major. I don't see any of the potato bugs on any of the leaves, which is good. I had them none last year. 2 years ago I did. And then I put 7 dust on there, and that's what my grandma always used, and it just wipes them right out. I mean, I realize that it's some sort of a chemical, but I'm not going to go out here and pick them all by hand and put them into soapy water to kill them off. I just like to put that powder on, do it in the morning or right after you watered so it sticks to the leaves, and it does a really good job of keeping them under control. That's what it looks like from this side. I never take pictures from this side, always from the other side. And over here, I have to come in and weed this now. That little grass that comes up is such a pain. And normally by this time, all these plants would be so big, I don't have to worry about it because they shade everything out. But Melissa's mint, she has it planted in several places. All of it is doing really good. This is a cucumber here that I just chunked in because I didn't have any more room for it. And as you can see, it's growing cucumbers. That's one of them winter squash that's white. All of these are the acorn squash, and they did finally start to grow. I think I even saw a little acorn squash started right here. One little acorn squash, but we'll see what happens, if this takes off or not, I guess. Well, this one has one too. This is the healthiest looking one. I might get some from my mom and dad, but last year I had 2 whole boxes for them. But we'll see. We still have 2 full months of grow time. This is just one plant right here. And this is it's a winter squash, and it's that spaghetti type. I've never even ate it. Last year, we never ate any of it. But it grew like crazy, and look at how this is just taken over. And this right here is Melissa's peppermint. This was planted last year. It was just one plant, a little 4-inch pot, and we chunked it in here. I mean, it's huge right now, and it keeps growing. And my mom's chives, which are getting choked out, we're gonna have to take some of this out, and she'll plant it somewhere else or sell it or do something with it. But these were root bound in 3 pots, and now I put them in the ground this year, and they have doubled in size since then. They had already flowered and everything, and then they came back up. So, but this stuff is choking it out, so we'll be cutting a bunch of that out so that they have more room. At least I think that's the plan. I would say it'll probably be 2 weeks if the weather holds, and then they should be bringing the 20 more round bales. There's Mesa's calf right there. They're gonna like the weather the next probably 4 or 5 days at least. At night it's going to get down into the 50s. One place up north, sort of up by the tent, is going to get down to 42 tonight. I mean, that's getting close to the 30s. Festus over there, he's doing great. He's still eating. Yeah, they ate all the grain tonight. And now that I opened it up so they have that other pasture to go into, he gets to get in there and eat some grass. Look at you can see the haze in the air. At least I can through the camera screen here. Mesa and Mr. Bullcalf come out here usually in the evening when the flies die down. and they love to eat this grass. They do go out and eat the stuff that I planted. Not as much as I thought they would. I thought they would be out there all the time, but they really like this blade grass over here. They drank all the milk, didn't eat all the food yet. I tipped over their water. I'll have to bring them new stuff right away in the morning. What do you think, huh? You better start eating that up. I find that they like the milk more than anything. They're spoiled. I think that's it for tonight. It's after 8 o'clock. Good morning, everybody. It's actually almost lunchtime. It's like 1 minute to 12. And this morning I decided to come out here and do some picking up in here just over the summer, doing the cows and everything, and just bringing stuff in here. Everything was getting a little bit messy, so if I do a kind of a partial cleanup right now, this fall when I do it before the cold months come in, it won't be that big of a deal. So just picking stuff up, got rid of a bunch of the boxes that we had in here, and yeah, so that's all I've been doing this morning. Still haven't done anything with all these bags, but hopefully I can get them stuffed away. I did get rid of a bunch of cardboard, but I'm not sure that how I want to get rid of these bags yet. I can actually get rid of the stocking cap. This morning it was like, I don't know, 44, 45 degrees. It was chilly. Ah, it looks much better. It took me, what time is it? A minute after 4. Took most of the day to get it all cleaned up, but it looks good. I'm still going to sweep in the back here. I just did that last week, though. I usually sweep back there about once a week because it just keeps getting dirty with doing the cow and everything. I see Mesa and Mr. Bullcalf are already at the back door, and it's still 2 more hours until it's time for milking.
And there's on the back side of the garage.
Yeah.
I can't get in there because I'm wet.
I hope that these are the kind that come off, like put the hole in the middle, but I bet you they don't.
Those are blackberries. Don't have any size to them.
I don't see anything big. Good morning, everybody. Today we're going to do shish kebabs for lunch. I'm going to do them on the gas grill, and Melissa got some zucchini out of the garden and green peppers and beef and chicken on there. And then we just went out and picked some green beans. We're going to have those as a vegetable. It's supposed to get up to 75 today. Air quality is still horrible. We're still in the 153, I think, last time I looked. But now the wind has switched around to more southwesterly instead of north, and so I think it's supposed to improve later today. It'll be nice to be able to breathe again. Last night, 6 o'clock like usual, came in here to get the hot water bucket to go get hot water so we could do chores, milk out Mesa, and I come in here, and I mean, it's always cooler in here than it is outside. I mean, sometimes a lot cooler. Like right now, it's 62 in here and 75 outside. Well, I come in here and it feels warmer. And I don't think anything of it, so I walk back here. And here, I don't think I ever forget it, but I did. I didn't put the board across the door. And Mesa and Mr. Bullcalf were inside here. They crapped and pissed all over everything. It could only have been in here for about an hour and a half because I saw them earlier outside. Came in here, she ate all of her grain because I have the grain set up for the next day. And there was the bucket of grain, which is set up right here for Mr. Bullcalf. That was all eaten. And I was mad. Melissa just got out of here. I kicked her out first and then went and got everything ready and then hauled her in here and milked her with no grain, but she did not want to come up here. I couldn't get her to latch onto the chain. So then I Facebook messaged Melissa and told her I need you to come in here so she could slap her in the butt to get her to move forward. The worst part about the whole thing is, with that door being open that long, the flies were everywhere. So I got her milked out, scraped all this crap out of here. That's why I have the fan on it to dry, because it still smells. It usually does not smell that much like a barn in here, but when she makes a mess in here, it will until it dries out. So anyway, I have these 30-foot long fly tapes, so I put fly tapes here. I tried to on top, but it fell down and it stuck to itself, which really added to my frustration. And now I left this one light on overnight, and you can see that I've just caught way over 100 flies here. And over here, they were all over the window. And they always do, you know, in the fall, this certain time of year, the flies, I don't know where they come from, but they'll come in here and they're always on the window trying to get out. So then I put this fly tape down here. And I mean, like, these are pictures, but all the other ones are flies. I even put them a little dairy ration with molasses in there to draw them in, but what a mess. I didn't care about scooping the stuff out and everything. Shouldn't have been mad at her because it was not her fault. They made it in the door and they do what they do, but I was pissed. And the flies are the worst part. I like it when there's not that many flies in here, and it's going to take me a few days now to get this cleaned up, the fly mess. And Melissa pointed out, I didn't even notice it, that we have our first morning glory bloom. There's one sneaking down there also. I have two different kinds, the purple, and then there's, I just think it's kind of a pinkish white. And I planted the seeds like every other, so pretty soon the other one should start also. Okay everyone, well thanks a lot for watching. Normally I put these up every single week. Sometimes I can get 2 in a week. This time I was a little bit delinquent. As you can see, look at this garden from when we just looked at it. So the next one, we're definitely going to look at the garden again. It was just super busy. One of Melissa's bosses flew in to see the new her new office and warehouse area, and then she came over here to the house and stuff, and that was all fun. That took time. You guys saw the round bales came. They are putting the asphalt out on the road now, 3 years after they took the old stuff up. So anyway, hopefully next week, tomorrow, family reunion, 3.5 hour drive one way for us. We got to leave it about by 7:30 in the morning. So next week things should get more, back on schedule. I need to get those bales moved to their winter spot and get I did buy the tarps for over the top of them. The week after that, I think Festus goes in. I have it all set up now with the people to come out in AI Mesa. A lot of things going on right now. Everybody stay tuned. I'll see you guys on the next video.